So, I wanted to introduce the topic a little bit, right? So we decided to make a video about the experience that people have when they're trying to learn English as Portuguese speakers, right? So we are here in Brazil. I'm Elias.
I am Thiago.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit, right? So, mate, tell me about yours first. How was your experience?
My experience
Yeah.
was like when I was 13 or 14 years.
Yeah.
I started to listen to Pink Floyd.
I learned by myself actually. It's kind of a stupid story if you really want to know.
Yeah?
I really liked Hannah Montana when I was about 11 or 12 years old.
No, I started studying English. I was 11 years old, so I started a little English course. I do that until I was 15, and then after that I just were feeling very confident with my English and I just stopped.
Onde nós morávamos, o estudo é bem fraco, então a gente nem tinha aula de inglês no ensino médio, nem nada, nunca teve, o professor nunca ia. A minha única experiência com o inglês é no Duolingo forçado.
I have started with something very fun, with Yu-Gi-Oh! You know that game,
Yeah,
that
I
card
love
game?
that shit, man. I love that shit.
I used to buy those cards, but they always came only in English.
So I first started at a small English course in my small town.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old when I started, and because my parents were very encouraging.
Yeah, for sure. That's rare.
That is rare. That is rare. And I studied there till I was about 8 or 9. So just to get started, it was really helpful, certainly. And then after that, one of my favorite movies and books was Harry Potter.
A maioria do meu inglês que eu aprendi foi no videogame mesmo.
Eu só na escola mesmo.
Eu fui nos jogos também igual ele. Eu já fiz curso por um tempo, só que parei, mas quero voltar a fazer também.
Os caras que colam pra ver se cata mínima, as mina que colam e atrapalha ativista, muda o mundo do sofá dançar, os amigos se chama com a boa, que se for ideologia, ninjitsu, oxalá, capoeira, jiu-jitsu, shimagamé, a trabalhador que corre atrás de mim, é humilhação demais que não cabe nesse refrão.
So, what do you think is the most difficult thing about learning English as a Portuguese speaker?
As a Portuguese speaker, I think actually there's something that's really hard when you're going to learn any language, and it's the fact that you think differently when you're speaking Portuguese and when you're speaking English. So the way you think when you speak English is much more simple.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
O custo, né?
Custo?
É muito caro. É muito caro. Uma boa escola é muito cara. É quase uma faculdade praticamente. E pra você fazer, claro, até em tudo, né, na internet, tem o acesso na internet. Mas eu acho que você ter a prática de ter um professor ali na sala de aula ensinando de forma mais didática, né, uma coisa mais natural, né?
The most difficult thing?
Yeah. The biggest barrier.
I think for me it was the shame I had of when I was speaking it in public.
Yeah.
With my family. You know, I don't speak English with my family because they have zero knowledge about it. So when I say to them after a while, when I moved away from their house and I came to visit my parents, when I say to them that I could speak English, that I was an English speaker, they say to me, how can you do that? It's crazy, you can't do that. You know?
Yeah.
Eu acho que atualmente é a acessibilidade no inglês mesmo. Na escola é muito básico e o curso acaba sendo bem caro às vezes.
Accessibility is definitely a major point to that. An English course is not cheap, and what we have in our schools is not the best usually. I mean, we can blame it on the public school system as a whole, but in Brazil we have, well, in not all countries we have a specific accent. Any language that you speak, you're gonna have a Brazilian accent. That's fine, and that's part of our culture. but that's taught to us that our Brazilian accent is wrong. We should assimilate the American accent, or the British accent is the most correct. There are even English schools here in the South that only use British
accent, yeah, almost
accents.
a lot of them actually.
A lot of them.
Esse cara gosta de pular.
Esse vai ser cara de corre.
Nossa senhora, velho. Right, so the last thing is, what kind of advice would you have for people who are trying to learn English right now, who are in this way, for Brazilian Portuguese speakers that are in this process?
If I had an advice for them, it would be, I think, well, it's not that hard. It may look hard at first, but don't give up. At first, you're gonna listen things, you're not gonna be able to make an idea of what you're hearing, but sticking to it and go, because it's worth it. Speaking English, it's so worth it. You can access like infinite material of anything, music, films, books, anything. If you speak English, you have a whole other world to access if you speak English. So not just your job professional, your life in general is gonna be so much more better and so much more complete. You can have this, how can I say, this weapon of speaking English.
Aqui não desistir, né? Claro, é besteira, papo de coach, mas enfim, não desista, porque é importante, hoje em dia faz uma total diferença.
Try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it because it's cool. It's another language. It's the most popular language in the world. It's the universal language, and people have some sort of, you know, I don't know. People tend to not. People are kind of hipsters nowadays. Everyone, you know, because if something is famous, I'm not gonna learn that thing because it's very famous. Everyone does it. I'm gonna be different. But English is the universal language. It's the most spoken language in the world. But it's very cool, man. There's a thing you do with your voice, with your tongue. You know, you learn a lot of things. You learn to express yourself in a different way. There are some times where I want to say something that I can't find the words in Portuguese in my head, but I can find the words in English.
This is so different, man.
Yeah, it's different. So that's the thing. Enjoy it and be open to another perspective on life, because another language is another perspective to life.
Okay, so first of all, don't be ashamed of your pronunciation, of your accent. Try to take it in as much as you can, but understand that your way of speaking is yours, and there is nothing wrong with it. Yeah, and just go ahead and try it out.
Alright boys, so we interviewed a lot of people, actually 5 or 6 people, and we went all through the city all the way to here, which is another city. And well, what we take out of that is that Brazilians do have a lot of prejudice with their own culture. And what we take out of that is that when it comes to a big and rich country like Brazil is, the people here don't see it that way, and we have to value what we see here around. And one of my quests, if I can call it that, with this channel is to show to you who are in another world, in whatever country you are from, be it Britain, be it Australia, be it the United States, you live in a very different reality from ours. And I want to show you that here in Brazil, we have real people with real problems, and I want to show you that they are trying to live the life like to live life like you are doing, and to have this kind of immersion, this kind of crude or raw reality of what life is here in Brazil. Not in a, I don't know, in a philanthropic way, but in a informative way, I could say something like that, right? And I'm a crazy guy doing crazy shit, which I don't think is anything special, but I do enjoy doing it, and I want to have it recorded and edited by me, and I want to have my friends, remember these moments that we spent together, which I happened to have a camera with me, so I was bothering them so we could record, and so they wouldn't lose their memories about that, and yeah. So I will probably do something else, some other videos about that situation, about English, because that's a big part of my life since I'm a teacher, and I hold a company that has lots of teachers too. So this is a big issue for me. So I wanted to show not my opinion, but the opinion of others, and that they represent, all of them, be as different as their opinions were. They represent me as a professional, as an English teacher, because their opinions, they do matter a lot, because they are my possible students, and they are the people who are trying to, get English as a second language, for whatever reason, So that's basically that. So I'm trying to not jump here and die completely, because it's pretty tall, it's pretty high. But yeah. That was the video that I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a like, but if you didn't like, leave a dislike, and if you don't care, leave nothing. I don't mind. But yeah, that was the video. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Tapete aqui?